Have you ever wondered why people act the way they do? Why do some people succeed while others sabotage themselves? The reality is, human nature follows patterns, and once you understand them, you can predict behavior, control your emotions, and improve how you interact with others. Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature is a roadmap to mastering these patterns. But here's the thing. This book isn't just about understanding others. It's about mastering your own psychology so you don't get stuck in emotional cycles, self-sabotage, or manipulation. Let's break it down law by law. 1. The law of irrationality. Keep your emotions in check. No one is truly rational. Emotions, especially fear, anger, and desire, drive most of our decisions. Studies in behavioral economics, like Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow, show that we rely on cognitive biases rather than logic when making decisions. Before making a big decision, apply the cooling off period technique. Step away, reassess later, and ensure your choice aligns with long-term goals. If you're angry at a coworker, don't fire off an email. Instead, write it, wait a day, and revisit it with fresh eyes. The law of narcissism, it's not all about you. We all have narcissistic tendencies, but unchecked ego blinds us to reality. Research on emotional intelligence suggests that self-awareness and empathy correlate with long-term success. Shift your focus outward, ask more questions, listen actively, and validate others' perspectives before asserting your own. If networking, don't immediately talk about yourself. Instead, ask about the other person's work and interests to build rapport. The law of role-playing, see past the masks. People curate how they present themselves, often hiding their true feelings. Paul Ekman's research on microexpressions shows that brief facial movements reveal genuine emotions. Train yourself to notice inconsistencies in speech and body language. If someone's words express enthusiasm, but their body is tense, they may have hidden concerns. The law of compulsive behavior, break the cycle. People repeat behaviors unconsciously, even self-destructive ones. Neuroplasticity research shows that changing habits requires consistent, deliberate effort. Track your recurring mistakes and create alternative action plans. If you constantly procrastinate under stress, implement the 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of work to break inertia. The law of covetousness, stop comparing. People desire what they don't have because scarcity creates perceived value. Social comparison theory explains why we measure ourselves against others, often irrationally. Focus on process over outcome. Instead of envying success, analyze what steps led there. If you envy a colleague's promotion, study their work habits and adopt them instead of dwelling on jealousy. The law of short-sightedness, think long-term. Impulsivity often overrides strategic thinking. Delayed gratification studies like the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment show that patience predicts long-term success. Before making major decisions, run them through a future self-filter. Ask, how will this impact me in 5 years? For example, investing early in skills like coding or financial literacy compounds benefits over time. The law of defensiveness, influence without pushing. People instinctively resist change when they feel coerced. Reactance theory explains why direct persuasion triggers resistance. Use strategic agreement. Start by validating their viewpoint before introducing a counter-argument. If convincing a team to adopt a new strategy, begin with, I see why the current approach works, but let's consider an alternative. The law of self-sabotage, change your internal narrative. Mindset influences behavior. Limiting beliefs create self-imposed barriers. Studies on cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, show that reframing negative thoughts changes brain responses. Replace "I always fail" with "I am learning from setbacks." If struggling with imposter syndrome, document past successes to challenge self-doubt. The law of repression, face your baggage. Suppressing emotions leads to subconscious leaks like stress-induced illness or burnout. Unprocessed emotions impact the prefrontal cortex, reducing decision-making efficiency. Engage in reflective practices, journaling, therapy, or meditation. If criticism triggers a disproportionate reaction, explore whether it stems from past unresolved experiences. The law of envy, use it as fuel. Envy signals what we deeply desire. Mirror neurons cause us to internalize others' emotions, sometimes leading to competitiveness. Convert envy into an actionable blueprint. Study how they succeeded and create your roadmap. Instead of resenting a top performer, shadow them to learn their habits. The law of grandiosity, stay humble. Success can distort self-perception, leading to reckless decisions. The Dunning-Kruger effect shows that overconfidence blinds us to our limitations. Regularly seek constructive criticism from mentors or peers. If you've recently achieved success, reflect on the challenges that got you there. The law of gender rigidity, balance masculine and feminine traits. Society conditions us to favor either masculine, assertive, dominant traits, or feminine, nurturing, receptive traits, but true power comes from balance. Research on gender intelligence shows that successful leaders integrate both masculine and feminine leadership styles depending on the situation. Identify which traits you lean on most and work on integrating the opposite side for more adaptability. If you're highly analytical but struggle with emotional intelligence, practice active listening and empathy building exercises. The law of aimlessness, find your purpose. Without a clear sense of purpose, people drift aimlessly through life, leading to dissatisfaction and lack of fulfillment. Studies in positive psychology reveal that having a strong purpose is linked to increased motivation, resilience, and even longevity. Define what success means to you, set long-term goals, and break them into daily habits. If you feel lost in your career, take inventory of what truly excites you and start incorporating small actions toward that path. The law of conformity. Think independently. Social pressure and groupthink can lead individuals to follow norms that don't align with their true beliefs. Solomon Asch's conformity experiments demonstrate how people often go along with a group's decision, even when they know it's wrong. Before adopting any belief or trend, ask yourself, do I truly believe this, or am I following the crowd? If everyone around you follows a specific career path, but it doesn't excite you, explore alternatives that align with your strengths and passions. The law of fickleness, adapt to changing social dynamics. People's opinions, interests, and loyalties are ever shifting, which can impact relationships, careers, and social influence. Studies in sociology show that public perception is highly volatile, influenced by trends, news cycles, and cultural movements. Stay adaptable Don't tie your identity to fleeting trends, but also recognize when change is necessary. The law of aggression: channel and defend against aggression wisely. Aggression is a natural part of human behavior, but how it's expressed determines success or failure. Research in evolutionary psychology suggests that controlled aggression can be a useful tool for leadership and negotiation. Learn to assert yourself without hostility. Set firm boundaries while remaining composed. 17. The law of generational influence. Understand the zeitgeist. Each generation is shaped by different historical events, economic conditions, and cultural shifts, influencing their worldview. Research in generational psychology shows that different age groups prioritize different values based on the era they were raised in. Study generational behaviors to enhance communication and collaboration. If leading a team with mixed generations, recognize that younger employees may value flexibility, while older employees may prefer structured environments. 18. The law of mortality. Accept and embrace life's limits. Awareness of death should serve as a motivator rather than a source of fear. Existential psychology suggests that embracing mortality leads to a greater sense of purpose and urgency in life. Define what truly matters to you and align your actions with your values. Instead of delaying personal goals, start taking small, meaningful steps toward them today. Understanding human nature isn't about manipulation. It's about mastering your own decision-making and interactions. Each law reveals a cognitive pattern that, when harnessed, gives you an edge in business, relationships, and personal growth. Pick one law to focus on this week. Track how applying it changes your interactions, emotions, or decision making. Then reflect on the results. Drop a comment which law resonates with you most. And if this breakdown gave you new insights, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep learning together.